Woo, boy, man. All right. What in the world, Bo?
This is about the football game or House of the Dragon?
Woo, boy. Been an emotional day. Lord have mercy. Woo, man. All right. Let's go ahead and get through this. All right. So for everybody out there that don't know me, my name is Big Low Kuntry. I'm just old country boy, former football coach that loves to sit around and talk about sports. We got a few things to talk about tonight, Bo. You know, the Atlanta Falcons unfortunately lost today against the goodness gracious, against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And it's one of those cases where it's like I went through so many emotions today. And okay. So first of all, if you're watching the show after we've gone live already, make sure that you put a what in the world, Bo, in the comments. Also, if this is your first time chilling out with us, make sure that you hit that like button. Please subscribe and share the channel with your friends and family. Don't keep a good thing to yourself. We want to go ahead and make sure everybody in the YouTube universe, in the Facebook universe, Twitter universe, Instagram, everywhere knows that there's an old country boy that loves to sit around and talk about sports. We're gonna have a good time. Yeah, sure, baby. So with that being said, the Atlanta Falcons lost today, unfortunately. First of all, kudos to the Atlanta Falcons. I want to go ahead and get that out of the way. You know, we always talk about the positives first. Kudos to the Atlanta Falcons. Team came out, played some good ball. It took them a while to get started on defense. You know, per usual, that's been the theme this season. But I'm going to tell you something, Bo. This team has fight. You know, this team, they never give up. They play through, you know, the end of the game. And that's something that we haven't seen in Atlanta in a long time. Now, it's one of those cases I see a lot of people in the comments saying we got robbed. Somebody said we got robbed without a gun, Big Low. We're going to talk about all that. So if you don't know, you don't know what happened, the Atlanta Falcons had all the momentum on their way back to catch up. If we would have scored a touchdown, we would have won the game. Unfortunately, it was third and long. Grady Jarrett sacks Tom Brady, and they call a roughing the passer penalty, saying that he slung him to the ground. It's ridiculous. So, you know what? First of all, let me go ahead and show love to everybody out here that's showing love to us, you know, because you could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you're here with us, and we definitely appreciate it. Kakshi times Raymel Gaming says, can't believe what I saw the last few minutes of the game. Hey, Bo, I'm going to tell you something. It was tough. Sterling says, I'm in my feelings, Coach. No one has said anything about Brady kicking Jarrett on that play, and Marcus Mariota got to go. Oh, man, see. It's a lot going on tonight. It's a whole lot of feelings. Got me in my feelings. Like, what in the world? Rashad, co-owner of the Extra Point Podcast, says, what's going on, Bo? Jermaine Boger, I'm sorry, and his staff, some frauds. Twitter suspended me from dragging him and Brady. Oh, man, you done got put in Twitter jail, Bo. Trucker Mike's in here. He says, what in the world, Bo? We get a game stolen from us, and we trade Debo to Cleveland. Man, it's crazy. Joseph Thornton said he heard that Debo's been traded. And basically, whenever I say that on top of that, we got a whole lot of emotions. On top of all of that, Deion Jones, Debo, the affectionately known as Debo, number 45 in your program, number 1 in your hearts, is gone. We trade him to the Cleveland Browns. Now, the benefit of this whole situation is that, you know, him and his $54 million over the next 3 years is gone. It's coming off of the books. And, you know, we got a late round draft pick for it. So you got to love that. But, you know, trust me, we're going to talk about all that as well. Tremel says, robbery without a gun, Coach. Let's be real. Can't blame this loss on Mariota or the coaching staff. Yeah, we played bad in the first half, especially the O-line. But we woke up in the second half. I mean, and you're right, we did, you know. Brian People says Debo to Cleveland for late round pick. What in the world, Bo? Man, we got a few things that we got to unpack, man. JGP, Glenn, Thea D, what in the world, Bo? What's going on with y'all, man? Hope y'all doing good tonight. Yeah, I'll tell you something. You can put it in a plate for me. Definitely. Coach Wallace says, what's good, Big Low? And we got cheated today. So let's go ahead. All right. Let's go ahead and start off like this right here. If you feel like the Atlanta Falcons got cheated, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like it's one of those cases where, you know, it was a good call. Some people on Twitter say it was a call for a call because they feel like it was a pass interference on the Falcons to play before that on against Scotty Miller whenever Casey Hayward covered him on that 9 route. If you feel like, you know, the call was warranted, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to know what y'all are thinking. Mama Country always told me to read the room. What's going on, Vic, boy? Much love to you. Ro, what's good, Coach? JJ, the Deion Jones to the Browns? What in the world? No. Oh, man. Man, look, it was so bad, y'all. Big Ref Country had to make a call. He had to put out a video. He said, no, this ain't going to work, bro. I said, what in the world are you talking about? He went to the field, threw the flag, came back, and recorded the video. I said, okay, all right. That's how you feeling. Kevin says, what in the world, boy? I noticed during the Sunday night halftime, they normally show Brady games. Not this week. I wonder why. Also, shouts out to my Saints family. You know, somebody in the comments after I went on complaining, talking about how Tom Brady, you know, and the referees cheated us. They said, see, Coach Lowe, see, Coach Lowe, baby, this is what we've been talking about, baby. They be cheating. Oh, man. So let's see. Dre, Coach Wallace, they both feel like the Atlanta Falcons were cheated. And you know, I know that I said, hey, it's one of those cases where in my video I said we got cheated out of the win. I fully understand that we wouldn't have won the game if Grady Jarrett would have got that sack. But we do have to acknowledge that the momentum was on our side, right? We do have to fully acknowledge that. Kelly, Coach Dre, JT, Thea, they all agree that, hey, man, that call, it was kind of bogus. Jared J feels like the call was kind of bogus. Citric says, the ref, he might not make it. He might not make it through the night. Charles, it feel like the call was. Wait a minute. Hold on. Jerome Boger is in the chat. The referee. He's in the chat. He put a 2. He said no, that was a good call, y'all. He said y'all need to get right. What's good, Coach Cliff? Tragic 504. He agrees. You know, he said, hey man, that call was bogus. Retro G. Retro G and Cool Money. They said it was a bogus call. Vic Boy said, welcome to our world, Bo. he's a who that. He said, welcome to our world. This is what we go through. Oh man. And Bridget, and I'm glad that you mentioned this call, Bridget, because he said there was another call on 3rd down on AJ Terrell. And if I'm the back judge, I'm looking at it, I'm going to legitimately say, hey, first of all, this is too close to 5 yards out. Why in the world are we calling this? Like, let's pick this flag up off the field and let these boys play ball. Let's do that. Now, I'm sorry. I apologize. I apologize. I'm the coach. This is the coaches meeting, and I'm supposed to be going over the game with y'all and kind of. Oh, thank you so much, Coach Ronnie. Coach Ronnie threw some old macaroni. I see that. I'll do that. See, thing is, guys, she's making some other stuff, but I was greedy, and I just wanted macaroni because, you know, you got to taste it. So I apologize. I'm stuffing my face in front of y'all, you know, while I go ahead and get my taste on. Oh, yeah. Got down with that, Coach Run. Got down with that. Leroy said, Man, that BS penalty ruined my day. Sugar and Meg says, "What's up, coach? That call was sus, but Marcus did not play well." We're gonna get into all that. We're gonna get into all of that. Look, I just wanted to okay. Molly Moss said, "Wipe your lip, Bo." Okay, appreciate that, Mom. Thank you so much, Coach Roddy. I just want to go ahead and announce the elephant in the room, before we got going. But let's go ahead and break down the game. So, Atlanta Falcons versus Tom Brady. Oh, yeah, and the Buccaneers came to the game, too. So, leading up to the game, only thing everybody was talking about was the fact that Tom Brady never lost to the Atlanta Falcons. That's all we heard. Tom Brady never lost to the Atlanta Falcons. Buccaneers came in 2-2, lost their last 2 games. Last week, Kansas City Chiefs just drug them, broke their back in. They were walking around with a limp all week until Thursday, Friday. Moving forward, came in, we went to Tampa. First quarter, nobody scored, right? They tried to go for it on 4th down near their goal line, couldn't get it. Wait a minute. Kevin Solomon says, breaking news, just found out Ref Booger isn't Boger. Ref Boger is an employee for Buffalo Wild Wings. What in the world? No. I guess everybody doing their research. That means I can't go to Buffalo Wild Wings for the next year. But that being said, by the time halftime came, we were actually fortunate. Tampa Bay had 13 points. We didn't have anything. Tom Brady, at that point in the game, Tom Brady had threw for like 260 yards. We only threw for like 39. We can't put it all on Marcus Mariota. Yeah, I know I'm subjective. I call it how I see it. We can't put it all on Marcus Mariota. Thing is that there was one play. I'm objective. There was one play where right before halftime, threw a screen pass. Marcus Mariota, he threw a catchable ball, threw the screen pass. Cordero Hodge, he tried to run before he caught the ball. But it was set up perfectly. If he would have caught it, we would have scored a touchdown. Other than that, we dropped about 3 or 4 other passes. And we missed a field goal. So we left a lot of points on the board today. In addition to that, this might be the best pan of macaroni, coach. In addition to that, Marcus Mariota made some bad throws. Let's be completely honest. Marcus Mariota made some bad throws. And defense wasn't stopping nobody the whole first half of the game. They ain't stopping nobody the whole first half of the game. So it's one of those cases where, like I say, once again, I go back to it. In the words of Coach Ronnie's uncle, again, we were fortunate to be down by only 13 points come halftime. We got the ball first after halftime. Couldn't really do too much with it. Now, the thing is, guys, the issue that I have is that I feel like we kind of got away from our identity. We're creating this identity of running the ball. Thing is that we got away from it. I feel like Archie Smith was trying to show, okay, this is what we did last week. Well, get a load out of what we're doing this week. You know that thing called the wheel? I'm gonna recreate it. It wasn't working too well. For one, you didn't have Kyle Pitts, you didn't have Cordero Patterson, and even though the Atlanta Falcons were trying to, have a more balanced offense this week, check this out. They still had, as far as their rushing yards, They still ended the game with 151 rushing yards. As much as they were trying to throw the ball, as much as they were. So with that being said, when the Falcons started making their comeback and the momentum started changing in the fourth quarter, after they were down 21-0, in the fourth quarter, whenever they started running the ball. And they were picking and choosing their spots when they were actually throwing. Fact of the matter is, think about it like this, guys. Whenever they scored their touchdown, the passing touchdown that they did score, Marcus Mariota scored off of a run-pass option when he elected to pass the ball. I mean, fact of the matter is that those linebackers from Tampa Bay, they were just too good for, I hate to say it, our pedestrian passing game. Oh, thank you, baby. They were too good for our pedestrian passing game. So, with that being said, what we came up with last night came to fruition. You got to be better through the air to beat Tom Brady than we been. You got to be better, bro. Simple and plain, cut and dry. Simple and plain, cut and dry. Sugar and the Meg says, "Hey, coach, did you see Tom Brady try to kick Grady after that play? Don't get mad at Big Grady. Get mad at Antonio Brown." What? Trinity Clark came in here. What in the world, Bo? My mom says, "Big Low, why are the Falcons doing a fire sale for y'all team?" We ain't doing a fire sale, Molly Mall. We kind of are, but we're getting rid of the talent that was, let's be honest, that was overpaid. And under the last regime, and we're clearing our books. So a lot of that talent we'll be able to get next year, because I was looking at it today. I was looking at the roster from 2020, and I was like, man, it's crazy. The top people, Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, Deion Jones, all of those guys aren't even on the roster anymore. I mean, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I was counting Deion Jones not being on the roster before this trade happened. Silas Ajabi says, "It's been time for Ridder." He said, "It's been Ridder time." T-Matt says, that drop screen pass. Oh, my God, man. That drop screen pass was tough. It was, that one broke my heart. I was like, look, Mariota made a good pass. He caught the snap. He didn't fumble it. He made the pass. He just dropped it. That was tough. Coach Ronnie said, look, if you're upset, you feel like the referees made a bad decision, make sure that you hit that like button. You need a way to express it. You don't want to try to break no furniture in your house. Hit the like button. I'm an insurance adjuster. I don't want to have to try to explain your claim to your insurance adjuster saying, yeah, what happened was Millie Mills, he just got mad. Millie Mills got mad. Old J Mom, False Start Falcon, they got mad. They just put a hole in the TV. Now they're trying to call Allstate, talk about mayhem happen. Definitely, man. Definitely. JJ the Great says, look, man, I don't even care about that. I don't even care that we lost. I'm just annoyed with that roughing call. It is what it is, bro. This is the day's NFL. James really says, I have a problem with trading Debo. They could have used him in this game. That decision, to me, is just the pride of the coaching staff. Oh, man. Well, I mean, if you look at last year, Deion Jones, what'd you say, man? Oh, you think it's too proud? But Deion Jones, we had Deion Jones last year, and it seemed like he wasn't it seemed like it just wasn't a good fit, right? Let's be honest. Whenever he came back, played in the preseason game, first of all, I was saying, man, this is like his last swan song. Like this is like his last game in Atlanta. You remember I said that, Coach Ron? I said this might be it for him. He played in that game almost the whole game, which shows that he wasn't that important to the coaching staff because it's the last game of the preseason. He played in that whole game, and then moving forward, they put him on IR. So that goes to show there was some issue there. Wait a minute, Giselle Bunchen with the Superman chat. Giselle said, I wish Grady had actually roughed the passer. Oh, man, Giselle, don't be like that.
Wow.
Don't be like that, Giselle.
Wow.
I'm going to tell Tom. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Giselle Bunchen. What in the world, boy? So I wish he would have actually roughed the passer. Man, that's rough. That's rough. Dre, he says, I told y'all last show Mariota got to be better because they was playing to run the whole game. Now, that's actually interesting that you brought that up. We're actually going to touch in on that too. Pelicanoia says, Coach Low, I really thought y'all was going to win, but we're going to get another crack at the Buccaneers, and we're going to get them this time. Then he said, rise up. He just spelled it wrong. I just played. He said, who that? But, you know, that's actually interesting that you mentioned that, Coach, because they were playing to run the whole game. There's two things to take away from that. Number one, the fact that we were still running the ball successfully, which is very impressive. Number two is the fact that they literally said, okay, try to make Marcus Mariota beat us. And he couldn't do it. They said, hey, we're going to blitz you. We're going to be bringing pressure. Mariota has to read and see where the pressure is coming from and make the appropriate throw. And he couldn't do it. He should be able to do that by now. 8 years in the league, he should be at the point where he could read the blitzes and throw to the open spot. Let's be honest, guys. Let's be completely honest, guys. It shouldn't be one of those cases where we're saying, oh, he has to get acclimated to the offense. As a pro quarterback, you should be able to look at the alignment. You should be able to know where blitzes are coming from. You ain't going to be able to catch every one of them. He got sacked 5 times today, and almost every one of those sacks came off of blitzes. I said this earlier in the season. I said, look, he's not calling out blitzes. Even if you're not able to call out blitzes and shift the offensive line to where it needs to go. Fact of the matter is that you should still be able to make the appropriate throw or make the hot read. Or just take off and run. But the thing is, we're not getting that. And it's like we look and we see, oh man, it's like, why are our passing attempts so low? Like, A, we're running the ball a lot, but B, it's like there's just a lot of plays that just are broken. You know, either A, he has to run, or B, like today, he got sacked. And that shouldn't be happening. Coach, let's get it. I ain't gonna lie, Bo. I almost flipped my couch when that call was made. Coach, let's get it in there. Rearrange the furniture, Bo. J-Mon said he's sick of the Brady protection. Coach Dre, he just laughing at let's get it. Coach Padre with the Superman chat. He says, I don't know what you eating, Coach. But you tasted the daylights out of it. Watch your fingers. Okay, Coach. I'll be careful. I'll be careful, but man, that thing hit. Dun dun dun. That's a Superman chat. Man, but hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. These little macaroni and cheese over here, boy. This thing doing something special. Oh man. Man, wait a minute. I believe we got another Superman chat in here as well. Also, Citrus says, for the worst team in the NFL, we only have things to gain. We have these Super Bowl contender champ teams sweating. These Super Bowl contending teams sweating. So the last two Super Bowl champions, we almost beat them. We almost beat them. And you know that's huge. D.A. Hunter, he came in here. He said Marcus Mariota just ain't making the throws. JJ the Great says Brady is having an affair with the refs. That's why Giselle leaving. That's rough. That's rough right there. Dun dun dun. That's a Superman chat, man.
What about Big Ref Country? Are you involved in that?
I don't know what Big Ref Country doing. You know, Lord have mercy. I hope he ain't caught up in that. I hope he ain't caught up in that, man. Man, Twisted Torch, he said, send me the link. Okay. Twisted Torch trying to jump on? Yeah, man. I'll send you the link. I'm going to send you the link. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second, Torch. But yeah, man. It's one of those situations where look, as far as the call and everything, it was tough. It was tough. Also Clay Melton said, film don't lie. Mariota can't throw. Teams do watch film. Yes, they do watch film. And this is what I'm saying. It's like they're going to be bringing blitzes more often, right? And once they bring those blitzes, it's going to be one of those situations where, you know, it's going to be kind of one of those situations where they put that man in no man's land. They put him in no man's land. It's like, okay, you're going to have to beat us. Either you're going to beat us with your arm, or these pass blitzes are going to turn into run blitzes. And it's going to be one of those cases where you just going to have some decisions to make. So, you know, you definitely got to take that into consideration. You definitely got to take it into consideration. Definitely. One moment here, guys. But yeah. Now, the main question, and I've had everybody hit me up on Twitter. They said, hey, coach, what in the world is going on? Why are we still sticking with a Marcus Mariota instead of moving on to Desmond Ridder? I honestly think, guys, we're in no man's land. Whenever I say no man's land, oh my goodness, Jay and the Bay's in here. Jay and the Bay, what's good? He said, y'all ready for Niner Empire to invade it? Man, you in here already get ATL, Jay. you in here get intel already on ATL, man. Don't be like that, Bo. Don't be like that. But yeah, I honestly think that it's one of those cases where they're kind of in no man's land when it comes to Desmond Ridder and Mariota. Because think about it, you weren't going to just stick them in during this game, in the middle of this game. I mean, Mariota already had a terrible game last week when he went 7 for 19, 7 for 21. So what message are you sending whenever he goes, excuse me, whenever he has actually a better game this week, right? So moving forward, it's going to be one of those cases where now we set the standard. So we're not going to bring him in against this really, really good defense. Then you think about next week, you're playing against the 49ers. Shouts out to Jay and the Bay. It's going to be one of those situations where, hey, do we want to put him in next week against that good defense and Joey Bosa? I honestly think, and let me know if I'm out of bounds here, guys. I honestly think that the best move would be to put him in week 7 whenever they play the Cincinnati Bengals in Cincinnati. Let me know if I'm wrong. I mean, let's just kick this around. Let me know if I'm wrong. Basically, what I'm saying is that first of all, it'll be a great homecoming for him. Number one, right? It'll be a great homecoming for him. Number two, yes, you're playing against Joe Burrow and that Cincinnati Bengals offense, but as far as the defense, I mean, the defense it's a good defense. First of all, it's an NFL defense, but are they legitimate world beaters? Are they the 49ers? Are they the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? No. I think it's a perfect move. That's if Marcus Mariota continues to play bad. You know, that's if Marcus Mariota continues to play bad. Now, if it's one of those cases where, hey, moving forward, he's not playing as good, we could go ahead and make that move. So I just want to know, y'all let me know in the chat, what do y'all think? Do y'all think moving on to Desmond Ridder week 7 against the Cincinnati Bengals when he plays, Cincinnati, that's where he went to college at. So he'll be going back home, playing his first pro game in Cincinnati. Do you think that would be the move? If you do feel like that's the case, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like it's one of those cases where we still need to wait on Marcus Mariota to get right, put a 2 in the chat. I legit want to know what y'all think. Jared J says the whole Ridder isn't ready. It's starting to get tired, coach. Too many overthrows and bad quarterback accuracy. Felipe Frank had no hands and waste the height. That's tough. That's tough. But look, I understand what you're saying, Bo. It is one of those cases where, the whole argument is getting tired. It's not he's ready. Well, the thing is, when will he be ready? Right? When will he be ready? So it's one of those situations where that argument is getting old. I mean, it's legit getting old. But you know what's not getting old, Jared? That dun-dun-dun. That's a Superman chat. Yeah, definitely. Let's get it. He says, I'm going to be honest. These boys are playing for Arthur Smith, and there's absolutely no quit in them. And you have to acknowledge that. Like, these boys are legitimately playing ball. Like they're legitimately playing ball. Rotimi, is this the same Rotimi that... Is this the same Rotimi that made the Rise Up song for us? He says, y'all lost because y'all ain't play my song before y'all walked out. Hashtag ATL shorty. I mean ATL shouty. Dun dun dun. That's a Superman chat. Oh man. Let's see here. Jay in the Bay said, he's like, look, man, I gotta watch the best. Big Low. I got my research on them good old Falcons. Hey man, trust me, I'm gonna be checking you out too. I've been checking you out the last couple weeks to see what y'all got going on and everything. But yeah, y'all definitely did what you needed to do today for us. And y'all beating them Pussycats. Carolina Pussycats. Nick Bosa. That's it. Yeah, we was actually talking about you a little bit earlier today, Jay in the Bay. We were talking about you. We was like, yeah, we know Jay in the Bay, he's going to be bringing the fire. He's going to be bringing that thigh out. So it's one of those situations, man. But let me see here. Let me get down to the votes here. So J Mall, Eccentric, they think that it's a good idea to bring in the young Thundercat week 7 against the Cincinnati Bengals. Coach Dre said no. That's a no-go. That's a big negative, Ghost Rider. Bobby Allen, J Mall, DA Hunter. They feel like it's one of those situations where, it might be a good move. JJ the Great, Dwight Thomas, they feel like it might be a good move as well. Let's see here. Slick says, nah, it ain't a good move. Slick says, no, we need to wait on it. Pump your brakes. Thea D says, hey, man, we might need to wait. Stan Jones says, hey, let's go ahead and run it. Sterling says, let's go ahead and run it. Q Falcons, 1978. He said, let's go ahead and run it. Cool Money says, let's go ahead and run it. Rose Stackson said, let's go ahead and run it. Lowski, He says 2. He said we might need to wait on that. Might need to pump the brakes. We know Bridget, Coach Bridget, she's Team Mariota all day. She said, it's one of those situations where we might need to, I think Coach Bridget's, her argument is that the defense ain't doing what it needs to do. But, I mean, we held Tampa Bay to 21 points long term. So it's one of those situations where, we definitely have to acknowledge that the defense played better. Now, some of that is on Tampa Bay, right? Some of that is on them. But it's one of those situations where, whatever they came out in the fourth quarter, they ran 3 straight plays. I don't know what they were thinking because Leonard Fournette was eating us alive. He was killing us. So, it's one of those things, man. Padre says Mariota don't have any start in him. James says, I agree, Big Low, on your take on Marcus Mariota. He does not know when to throw or when to run. He's overthinking and acting like a deer in the headlights on some plays. Now, me and Coach Roney, we were actually looking at the post-game press conference, and I'm going to tell y'all something that really pissed me off. Something that really pissed me off is that he was telling jokes. He was telling jokes. Like we didn't just lose. Like, I really didn't like that. I don't know if anybody else seen the post-game press conference, but he was legit telling jokes. Mr. Lost my chill. I hope you didn't lose your chill because of the game. He said, hey, look, it's one of those situations where, yeah, I'm ready to make that move. Same thing with Traveling Charlie. Now, I'm a person that says Niners are going to be tough to beat, but we're in the ATL, so you never know. Yeah, I mean, Niners, look, man, the Niners, they came in and they did what they needed to do today. Like, they looked like a legit playoff team, playing against those Carolina Pussycats. So, I mean, we fully have to acknowledge that. Brandon Little said, we might need to go ahead and make that move, moving toward Desmond Ridder, week 7. Because, I mean, once again, now, granted, tonight, Cincinnati Bengals played a heck of a game against Lamar Jackson and that Baltimore Ravens offense, right? But we know that those divisional games are always a little bit tougher. But moving forward, and I mean, I'm looking at it right now. Lamar Jackson, he still has some time, but he just got 159 yards, 17 out of 30. And, he only got 32 rushing yards. So, I mean, it's one of those cases where, look, we just need to make the move sooner rather than later, right? Now, Michael Walker actually got hurt, I believe, in the third quarter. Nocturnal Tech Talks in here is that, hey, coach. Oh, the Forilla. Y'all should tank for Arch, man. What? Tank for Arch Manning? If anybody need to be tanking and looking forward to the future, it need to be y'all. Because one time Brady leave, what's going to happen with the Tampa Bay? We don't need to worry about tanking, Bo. We good. But did anybody notice? Well, I want to ask y'all, do you feel like the offense looked a little bit better after Michael Walker left the game and Troy Anderson started running the mic? If you feel like the offense looked better, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like it's one of those cases where they didn't look as good, put a 2 in the chat. I legit want to know what y'all think. Do you feel like the offense looked better with Troy Anderson? If you did, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like if it looked, if it looked the same or worse, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to know what y'all are thinking. Because I've been hearing a lot of things about Michael Walker. You know, I never really coached. I never really coached the linebackers. I mean, you know what the linebackers are supposed to do, but I never really actually coached them up myself. Now, moving forward, it's one of those cases where we want to legit look and see exactly what Michael Walker's doing wrong and what he's doing right. Michael Walker, he made a few plays in the passing game, right? He made a few plays in the passing game. But it's one of those cases where it's like, hey, in a run game, sometimes he's not filling his lane appropriately. That's the issue that we had with Deion Jones. But moving forward, it's one of those cases where Troy Anderson, the biggest issue that I had with Troy Anderson is the fact that, hey, there were times when he legit, well, I put it to you like this. There were times where I was legit worried about him because I know that he's an athlete. But the question is, will he actually be able to go and make the plays that he needs to make? That's the thing. So, that's something that we definitely have to consider. Let me see here. Torres says Troy Anderson is next up. Slick says we could use a playmaker on defense. J Miles says one. He feels like the offense looked better with Troy Anderson after Michael Walker left. Billy Mills, Dre Murphy, Captain Omega, Mr. Lost My Chill, Mr. Dwight, Raymond Elder. They all agree. Yes, my bad. I mean defense. My bad. I've been so worried about offense. Sterling Woods, he also agrees. Padre, he says 1 and 1. I was surprised by it too. Oh, he says 1 and I was surprised by it too. JJ the Great says 1.5. Okay. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I meant to say defense. I meant to say defense, but I got all kind of things going on over here. Oh, man. Because basically, it's one of those cases where I know that the biggest thing that everybody's taking away from this game is the fact that we had a chance to win it and the fact that, we had that bogus call. Excuse me. But moving forward, it's one of those cases where it's like, I still want to actually talk about the game. And what I might do, because I know Twisted Torch, he has to come on. I'm probably just going to put the link in the chat. We're going to have some of the coaching staff actually come on and express themselves a little bit later in the show. So, because I feel like it's one of those cases where everybody kind of needs to get everything off their mind, right? Everybody kind of need to get everything off their mind. So, we're going to go over the game, and then we're going to get some introspection from the coaching staff, because I definitely want to know what y'all think. And, let everybody get a chance to kind of vent, kind of free themselves, because as I said from the beginning of the show, it's been a very emotional day. Oh man, Kid and Lines, Alfonso, Dre, they all agree. Yes, on defense. On defense. They all agree that the defense looked better after Michael Walker left the game. And that could be, just against this team. Like we legit don't know. But do you find it ironic that we made the move after Troy Anderson had extended experience running that Mike position? We made the move to trade Deion Jones. Does anybody find that ironic? Is that just me, or is that Will Amy said 2. He feels like, it looked the same. Tyler Russell said he felt like it was one of those cases where it looked better. Twisted Torch, he also says, yeah, it did. Troy was running all over the field, not second guessing his cues. And JBM 93 says 1. He said, you mean defense? Yes. Defense looked better. Twisted Torch says linebacker, that was my position. So I know. Oh yeah. I know. defensive tackle, our linebackers do, they just tap you on one hip or the other, tell you, hey, I'm coming on this side. So, make sure you don't take that first step to the left. T-Mac says, Marcus Mariota, he's just a bridge quarterback, contract only 2 years. We just got to be patient. Edwards, he ain't living up to the hype either. And you're completely right. Like, he caught that one pass, and that was pretty much it. I thought he was going to be our guy. I thought Drake London was going to be the second guy. I thought Edwards, he was going to take advantage of the situation. T-Mac, dun, 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 that's a Superman chat. Oh, man. Molly Moss says, Big Low. He said, I send my condolences to y'all next week. Wait, what? You assuming, Molly Moss? You can't be like that. Oh, man. You assuming. Let's see here. Thea says, brain twisted on. Oh, yeah. Twisted. Yeah. I'm finna bring him on in just a minute here. As a matter of fact, I'm finna put the link in the chat. So because normally, we I would say it another way, but since this is an emotional show, I'm finna put the link in the chat. So if anybody wanna come on and express themselves, they could go ahead and come on here. Let me see here. Keelan said, Coach Ronan, she be clearing them trolls and those scammers out of here, boy. Like Jake Matthews pulling on the tall sweet. Man, Coach Ronan, man, Coach Ronan, she be looking out for us. She be on top of it. Kevin, he says, is it Solomon, or is it Mariota? He says, is it Edwards or is it Mariota? Well, that's the question. Like, because I was actually talking to Coach Let's Get It earlier, and we were saying, like, look, it's one of those cases where Drake London doing all of these special things, and we legit don't know what he's fully capable of. So, I mean, it's one of those things, man. It's one of those things. Yes, Hodge, he dropped that walk-in touchdown, and he dropped another pass as well. So, I mean, that's definitely something that, we got to clean up. And I like Arthur Smith's response. He said, look, man, we need to clean this up. He said, I ain't even worried about the penalty. I need to see what I need to do better as a coach. And I fully respect that, man. But let me go ahead and bring a couple folks on here, man. George.
Oh, man. Big Low. How you doing today, brother?
Man, we trying to make it, man. We trying to make it, bro. What? Tell me how you feeling, bro. Tell me what you got. Tell me what's on your heart.
I'm hurt, Big Low.
You hurting?
I'm hurt because they cheated us. They cheated us, Big Low.
You feel like they cheated us?
Tom Brady doesn't deserve that call anymore, man. They was up 21 points. They blew the lead.
They did.
They were at home.
They did. They showed up, blew that lead.
So where should we start at, Big Low? Because it's so many plays I'm got in my mind. I got the AJ Terrell drop interception on the first drive. That's a touchdown, Big Low. That's an INT return. He threw it right to him.
Man, I don't know, bro. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, bro.
Low.
Bro, I legit don't know what to say.
And so it's issues on both sides. The defense side of the ball, of course, the dink and dunk. I don't know why Dean literally let them dink and dunk us the whole game. Leonard Fournette had a field day, man. He should not be catching that many passes out the backfield. Respect.
And he was, bro. He was running folks over.
They were scared to tackle him. D. Alfred had him stopped on multiple third downs.
Oh,
and he trying to don't be scared. Go out there and attack.
Don't be scared. You see a few times they were playing on their heels instead of their toes, instead of the ball at their feet. You seen that a few times.
Yes.
William Amy, Trinity Clark, and Tremel. I'm gonna bring y'all on in a minute, but hey, man, I don't know. It's like why is the center? I want to ask you. It's great that you on here, Twisted Torch, because I want to ask you something.
Talk to me.
Why is the center of our field always open? Why is the why is the center of our field always open, bro? You know, they just drop back, clear vision. It's like, oh, I'm finna just dump it 7 yards. And then we always trying to stop them from getting the first down. We got to tackle them before they get there. It's always a tug of war to keep them from getting the first down. Why is that the case?
The thing is, it's because he's dropping the middle linebacker so far back. At the end of the day, Evans is a good linebacker, but he's meant to be at the front. He's meant to be at the line of scrimmage. He's not meant to be 10, 15 yards behind the script. Come on, man. That's crazy. And secondly, I don't know if they ain't been watching Tom Brady film, but Tom Brady, every time he drops back like this and he taps the ball, he's throwing to the running back.
Did you see the play? And I'm glad that you caught that because that's what I noticed too. It's like they're getting way too much depth. It's almost like they're trying to run that Tampa 2 with Rashard Evans. But there was one play, Brady threw the ball like 18 yards down the field, and Rashard Evans was playing the middle third.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you seen that?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, why in the world is Rashard Evans back there? And that's why the center of the field's open all the time.
But hey, I noticed they traded Deion Jones. So what you just said literally 10 minutes ago about the Troy Anderson thing, I guess they were honestly waiting to see how he was going to come up after these 4 or 5 games, because both me and you had the same issue with Troy Anderson. Would he be able to tackle in space by himself?
Yeah.
And he did that. He's attacking his reads compared to Mike. We seen Michael Walker stutter step so many times versus the run.
You be pissed
these past couple weeks. You cannot take a false step and not continue to go through that key. That's the reason why Chubb scored last week.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. And sometimes it's like he don't know his ABCs.
And I understand it's still a new position because at the end of the day, he was rushing the QB when he was in college. He was out linebacker rushing the QB. So I think that would honestly be better for him if they had him on the outside on occasions rushing the QB in third downs. But I don't want him guarding tight ends.
He's not that guy.
He's not.
He's not that guy. He's not that guy. Rashard says, I'll be coming home to the A for the San Francisco game, Bo. Said we got to link up. And also with you, Twisted, if you're going to be at the game. Much love to you, Rashard.
Appreciate you, brother.
That's a Superman chat.
Let me put my glasses back on when you say that. I feel like a celebrity while you say that, man.
I say it one more time. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. I'm going to bring some of these folks on, Twisted. Let's see here. Shouts out to Will Amy. Will,
what's good, brother?
What's going on, fellas? What's going on, man? Not much.
Man, Will, tell me, what do you think about this game, Bo? Like, what you think about the call? What you think about the game in general?
Man, I think they cheated us like Twisted Court said, but if we had that game, Tom Brady was talking the most shit about this team. They were scared that we came back. Obviously, Marcus Mariota, I feel like he did okay, but we got the score game more often. I seen the press conference, and it was like, we start out slow. Well, hopefully the confidence should be back this support now. And moving forward, I feel like we should see what Malik Walker will be able to play with Troy Anderson and Big Rashard Evans. To be honest, because Rashard Evans is more thumper, stop the run, stop like up like whatever take the first yard. You know, we put him on down packages and we use Isaiah Oliver. Like next game we play against the 49ers, they're gonna try to pass the ball to D. We're trying to catch and runs, we're trying to jet sweep, and they're gonna try to take these shots out of the field. Cause I know Kyle Shanahan was trying to get his wide receivers open, try to stretch that field out. So that's my concern. Like slot corner, we got to put Isaiah Oliver in. And Deion Jones, that's a big blow for us too, because we could have kept him. Just a cat, but you don't trade Deion Jones for a 6th-round pick. I don't understand trade fucking what he's doing right now. Bad decision he's doing right now.
I mean, I understand what you say about that, but it's like, so Deion, he was here last year, right?
But
And you know, it's one of those cases where, like, I don't know if you ever been to Europe. You know, you
yeah,
go to Europe.
yeah, I
Oh,
ain't been in Europe. I ain't been in Europe.
oh, you
No,
have?
nah, I ain't been in Europe.
Okay, you ain't been to Europe. So they got these plugs. You know, you go to plug. You know that you got the two prongs at the top, and you got the prong at the bottom, right?
Yeah,
So if you want to go and you want to plug in some sort of appliance or something, you got to get a converter because the ones in Europe they go sideways. So the thing is that Deion Jones, he was an American. He was an American plug trying to fit into a European hole. It wasn't working,
yeah.
bro. You
Yeah,
know?
and I think you just because last year he got hurt, DP probably was like man, like he could have played more the rest of the season. But I feel like that probably was a smart move for us because we're in the new era. I guess so probably knows it's trying to be careful for us for next year because competitive next year with Tom Brady as because that shit blew me. We had that down game. That shit really pissed
Yeah,
me off, man.
yeah,
It's about that. It's a much more statement disappointing now. We got to put all gas on brakes. This week coming up. Hopefully we'll bounce back and have Cal Pitts coming back and him more involved in the game than before. Trying to get him
man.
early as a touchdown, but we ain't had these for a touchdown since last year. We got to get that tight end moving.
Hey, man, you right, bro. You right. Well, look, man, I appreciate you coming on and chilling out with us. But
Yes,
before you
sir.
leave, could you give us a what in the world, Bo? For you?
What the world, bro, man?
There
You
it
had me
is.
laughing. You had me laughing at it. Just a 5 foot red there. But like I said, this game here coming up, I'll let y'all go. I might be able to go to that game this Atlanta 49 because I will be out there in Perry, Georgia, Saturday at the fair. So I
Oh,
might try
okay.
to go to that game for see.
Okay.
I got game time, so I'll probably be at that game at my drink lunch jersey. So hopefully we'll
Okay.
win this week. Man. I ain't gonna hold y'all up though, man. But hey man, keep doing y'all thing on the channel, man. 'Cause everybody gets us, gets so we win this division. It's still early. I think we win this division. How Tom
Oh
Brady
yeah.
played, time is right now. Tom Brady is time to put the cleats up. Time to try.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man. Well, look, I appreciate you coming on, Bo.
All right, salute, man.
I'll take it easy. Hey, I'll be looking for you on Sunday
All right, you
if you
can
can
see me
make it.
again. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there, man. I'm gonna be there. I'll probably fly back to school. Probably do a little late work. It'll be all right, though. Oh,
All right, Bo.
Be safe, brother. Hey, Big Low.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you how you feel about that drive before halftime, man. Hodge, oh my God, Hodge,
Oh my
that
God,
screen. As much as we
boy,
bash Arthur Smith play calling,
boy. Let me tell you
Winfield
something.
blitz from the corner. It
Let
was
me,
two blockers.
Bo.
It was a walk-in touchdown.
It walking touchdown, Bo. But the thing is, Torch, is that there was the last play before we attempted the field goal, Bo. I
Sad,
don't know if you seen this.
sad.
There was a corner route, and Trinity, you were next. I'm finna bring you on to just a second. There was a corner route. Oh, Trinity fell off. There was a corner route where Marcus Mariota just threw the ball away, and there wasn't nobody on top of him.
Was that to Drake?
I don't know who. I think Drake was back there, if I'm not mistaken, but it's obvious that he's not trusting his arm. He
Yeah,
just threw the ball away,
yeah. He
and
didn't. Oh, he didn't even go through his reads. He just said,
he
oh,
didn't even go through his reads. He
"Yeah."
just threw it away, and
Mm,
I think he was just scared that he was going to turn it over right before halftime. But
mm-hmm.
it's like, look, man, there was a corner route that was there. He just threw it. Because you could see he threw it. Of course, like he wasn't. He was actually trying to throw it over his head this time, so you know it went exponentially over his head. So it's like, and I looked and I was like, man, there wasn't nobody over the top of
It was
like
no.
that.
I know exactly what you. That was the third.
Yeah,
Oh, they got.
yeah, it was a third down. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Oh
All
my,
right.
Big Low. I'm devastated, man. Because at the end of the day, with this
Hey guys,
offense,
can y'all hear me? I can't see y'all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We can
yeah,
hear you, Trinity.
Hold on.
Hello, Trinity.
Hey everyone, can y'all hear me?
we
Yeah,
can
we
hear.
can hear you,
It's
Trinity.
breaking up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We can hear you on this end.
Hold on.
Hello.
Hold on. I can't hear y'all at all. Hold on.
Oh,
Let me
okay.
leave and
I
try to
tell you
come
what.
back.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna take you out. All right. But yeah, man. Yeah. It's I legit don't know, bro. So I don't know if you heard. I was saying earlier. I think week 7 would be the best move.
Let me take my glasses off.
Oh, J. Rod said Baltimore. Oh, they won 19-17.
Yeah, that's they secret weapon, the kicker. That's
Yeah,
all.
yeah. Oh, Justin. Yeah. He that dude. Justin Tucker, that dude, man.
Kicking
He that dude.
65 yards. That's ridiculous.
Man, boy. Man. But week 7, like, tell me what you thinking. Do you think that would be a good scenario?
Honestly, I think him going back home, playing in Cincinnati. Cincinnati does have a good front 7, but hell, I mean, I don't think they're better than the Rams, the Saints, the Bucs, who we just played, as far as a front 7. So that would be his easy matchup, or the Panthers.
Yeah.
I think it's either Cincinnati or the Panthers the following week. But the Cincinnati game will be good to me, especially if we go 0-2 the next 2 games?
Yes.
Yeah, we gotta make that switch.
Yeah.
That switch, because at the end of the day, I feel like Marcus Mariota can be good when he's running the ball in this offense. But as far as timely throws, no, it's not consistent. We need consistency at that QB position to make these defenses actually think we're gonna throw the ball down the field.
Exactly.
There was 9 guys in the box on several occasions this game, bro.
It was tough, man. It was tough. But the crazy thing is that we were still moving the ball on the ground, even when there were 8 and 9 guys in the box. So just imagine if you could throw the ball.
Big Low, let's call a spade, bro. We're having too many penalties as well.
Yes.
We're not a team that's top 10 offensively to where we can come back from penalties. Matt Ryan isn't the QB no more to get those 20-yard corner routes and stuff like that.
He used to throw us out of those all the time.
You have to stay ahead of the chains, bro. We can't keep being behind the 8 ball. We can't have Jake Matthews getting turned like a spin cycle to a rookie. The rookie defensive line killed him. What was that?
He ate him up. But that's the only sack that we had when there wasn't anybody coming on the blitz.
Oh yeah. No. And that's the thing, Big Low. That's the thing that's the only good thing I seen that Arthur Smith did in that second half. The way he changed how he was gonna do. He said, all right, well, they're gonna keep doing these blitzes on 3rd down. Let me change how the game plan is gonna be. And that's the reason why we had those 2 good drives in that 4th quarter. He changed the game plan. He's hitting the spots where they blitzing at. And you got to do that.
Yeah. Wait a minute, Trinity Clark. I think Trinity Clark gonna try to. Hey, Trinity, can you hear us?
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened.
Good?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. There's no bad connection.
Nah, you good, Bo. Tell us what you think about this game, Bo. Tell us.
What in the world, guys? It's been rough. And okay, let me just start off with Marcus Mariota. I was a fan of his in college, and I guess when he was in Tennessee or whatever. And like I was talking to my brother, and I was like, "Yo, man, it's gonna be a dope to see, like Arthur Smith's true plan." Because I wasn't necessarily sold on Arthur Smith and his play calling, and he's a very good play caller. But Marcus, all right, because I'm like a quarterback coach, so his mechanics are awful.
Now tell us what's wrong with his mechanic.
One, he doesn't follow through. He likes to throw. He likes to shoulder throw all his throws. It's the most craziest thing. Like I've been coaching kids from like elementary all the way up until high school, and his QB mechanics are just terrible. It's like he's playing pee-wee football. Like it's very crazy how he has lasted this long. And to be honest with you, no one has been calling out is that I feel like Arthur Smith believes in him, and he's not using Marcus Mariota's best ability, and that's his legs.
Yeah,
like it seems like he's trying to protect Marcus Mariota because he's sold on Ridder, but Ridder's a rookie. You know what I'm saying? like like you never really know how like a rookie, is gonna play. And if it seems like he play calls like very like conservative. You know what I'm saying? And like
Yeah.
Marcus, and like when because when you watch Marcus play, like it seems like he is thinking too much. It's like he's not playing his natural playing style. And I'm like, because I was talking to my brother, like, and I was saying that Marcus, he has a he has a history of being injured. But when you're playing this game, you can't play like like you can't play timid. And I'm like, bruh, you have a history of you being injured. But for you to run this team the best way that you can, you're gonna have to be your true self.
Well,
and like Arthur is not, because like I said, like their game plan is low key, kind of like how San Fran was with Trey Lance and like Garoppolo. It seems like they want to kind of pretty much baby Desmond Ridder and not really play him his first year. But
well,
I'm like,
I mean, the thing is that one thing that everybody is forgetting is that Marcus Mariota, whenever he was his most successful, was in college. Whenever they were running, that Oregon Duck offense, and everything was wide open, and he only read half of the field.
Yep, and he was running.
So they ran that pistol offset eye, and that's whenever him and Michael James, like that's whenever he was at his best. Now you take him out of that and you put him in this inverted version of Mike Mularkey's offense, and it's not going to be as successful. Like he's going to have his bright spots, but he ain't finna show out like he did when he was wearing the green and yellow. I mean, let's be completely honest.
And he was only reading one side of the field in college.
Hello, you know it. So I mean, it's just one of those situations. Now I want to read this to y'all what Coach Bridget said. She says, y'all just keep on with the Ridder dream. The NFL is also a business. Ridder is a 3rd round pick. Marcus is getting paid more. He has to do horrible, get hurt, or it has to be at the end of the season before we see Desmond Ridder. So what do y'all think about that?
How long did it take Russell Wilson before he started with the Seattle?
Exactly. I was just about to say that.
I think it's different situations. Seattle had a top 10 defense when Russell Wilson was coming in. Our defense is improving, but we're just pretty much being an optimistic defense. We're getting turnovers and getting sacks at key moments. Marcus Mariota, it's hard to really judge Marcus Mariota based on what my guy is saying as far as Arthur Smith coddling them. I was telling Big Low that week 2, like you can't expect to see Marcus Mariota at his best, and you're pretty much trying to baby him for 3 quarters. Of course, he's gonna make mistakes in the 4th quarter if you're not really throwing the ball the 1st and 2nd quarter like that.
Exactly.
You gotta give people opportunities to make plays.
Exactly.
And one thing with Marcus Mariota, I know y'all all noticed this. Marcus Mariota does good after he runs the ball for a 1st down or gets a good run to start the drive.
He got to get going. He got to get going.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's every player needs that. That's why Brady does a little dunk and dives. He doesn't go deep the first play. He dunks and dives, gets his momentum, gets completions percentages, and then he starts taking big plays. The same has to be with Marcus Mariota. Run the football. Use him to the best of his ability. And honestly, I don't even feel like Marcus Mariota is playing not to get hurt. I think Arthur Smith is coaching for him not to get hurt. That's the messed up part about it.
That could be true. And and like I said, like to fully like unlock this offense, he's gonna have to play kind of reckless. Like he's gonna have to put his body on the line. He's gonna have to do what Cam Newton has done with Carolina all them years.
But see the thing is though, guys, one thing that we have to remember is that one thing about Cam and one thing about Josh Allen is that whenever they get hit, they hold on to the ball.
Yep.
Old man strength.
His body is frail. And like I said, like he's kind of like in his own head, with that. But also his throwing mechanics is terrible, guys. Like one thing I can say is that Cam Newton, his mechanics is way better than Marcus Mariota. which
I don't
is
know about that. I
Oh
don't
man,
know
Cam, he be shot putting that thing.
no, yeah, he do, but at
he
least
throw with his shoulder too.
no. He does, but guess what? Though, at least he follows through with his lower half.
He does.
Marcus be like he throws it like kind of off kilter a little bit. It's
Marcus, it's almost like he's trying to like throw it like a dart.
Yeah,
like Michael Vick used to, but Michael Vick he followed through with it and brought it back in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like I said, it's like his throwing, it's terrible. But anyway, like besides like Marcus Mariota, with this team is that.
Hey Jarvis, I'm going to bring you on in just a second, Mr. Jarvis Williams. And Tremel, you could click on the link and come on. Try to come on again too. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Trinity.
I'm like, with this team is that like this team, like the plays that they got on defense, it seems like the players do not fit this zone style of, system. Because it's okay, because last year like Michael played pretty good, and I could see how they're eventually going to get away from Debo. This year he has like a sophomore year slump, or I don't know, like it's his third year or whatever. But it seems like he has like regressed. And then like it seems like I said, this defense like because with AJ Terrell, and that's one thing too is that this defense, even with Dan Quinn, is very frustrating watching this cover 3 or this zone that they're running. We are getting ate up. And then our cornerbacks don't put their hands on because our cornerbacks do not put their hands on
they ain't pressing at the line of scrimmage. Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, because that's the reason why AJ Terrell got beat for that touchdown. And so that's one. And then like the player personnel, seems very kind of spotty.
Yeah, I think they're trying to figure everything out, man.
Yeah,
I think they are.
Because that's one thing against great teams is that you can't start slow for 2-3 quarters.
Hey, that's tough. That's tough to come back from. That's tough to come back from.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, because don't get me wrong, like our offense does not help our defense with having 3 and out,
exactly
series and whatnot. Now,
well, I tell you what,
the Colts in Denver.
that was rough.
And that was rough. And that's one thing too that I do want people, especially Colt fans, listening out. Guys, I know Falcons Nation, there's a lot of Matt Ryan fans, but the Colts had a top 3 O-line in the NFL and haven't lost no players. Do you see how bad Matt Ryan, real, if you want to really critique the Falcons, Matt Ryan goes down on the slightest touch. Yes, that would be a good thing to protect the ball, but bro, you're gonna have to stand in that pocket. And it's very funny how sports announcers have their favorites or whatever. Because I was watching it Thursday night, and all they kept on saying was, "Wow, man, it's a great quarterback." It's a great quarterback. When he steps into pocket, dude, that's what you're supposed to do. Do not give
pocket.
Do not give nobody no bonus when they're supposed to do their job.
Question.
And you see, he has turned that O-line.
Go ahead, Torch. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, who leads the league in turnovers by QB right now?
Matthew Thomas Ryan. Hey Trinity, man, I appreciate you for coming on and chilling out with us, man. Can we get a what in the world, Bo, before you leave?
What in the world, Bo?
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, y'all have a good night.
All right, man. J-Rock with the $5 Superman chat said, I just saw on ESPN ticker, ref defensive end unnecessarily threw Tom Brady. Really? Dun dun dun. That's a Superman chat. What in the world, boy?
Like, then the referee. Why is the referee looking at that? He threw the flag so late. Tom Brady pretty much babied him into throwing the flag. He looked back like, you ain't gonna call that? You ain't gonna call the penalty on Tom?
Exactly.
Tom tried to kick the man in the groin.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
Jarvis.
What's good, Jarvis?
What's up, man? I ain't in uniform today, but I'm gonna tell you this right here today.
What you got for Jarvis?
So there's maybe 2 or 3 things I want to talk about. So first one is, as we all know as fans, like I said, I'm from Warner Robins, Georgia.
Warner Robins.
So looking at Arthur Smith Dean Pease, and that whole coaching staff, they're all on code. You know how they say people on code, they got the same mindset.
Yep.
We sit here and we talk about what we don't like and things of that nature. As you already know, I remember Twisted Tort said it already. We may not like something, but they don't give a darn not what we don't like. They're gonna continue to do what they want to do anyway. Period.
Yeah.
The other thing is, Big Low, I've heard you talk about it tonight as well. Is it's not just that last or that play that lost us the game. We started off slow. We should have been going right. We should have had the wheels turning.
Yeah.
When you listen, I always tell people all the time. Y'all remember Ted Turner, right? Ted Turner
Yeah.
When Ted Turner was part of TBS and a lot of the news station down in Georgia, he went after the national media. The national media then turned around and start hating Atlanta. Not only Atlanta media, but their sports teams.
Yeah.
So you got to understand that when we go play a team like Tampa Bay that has the golden child on their team, you are going to get that. You can't go in expecting that, okay, Atlanta, this is going to be a fair game. So you starting out slow only flames that fire. You should have started out faster. When you started out faster, you shouldn't have left it in the ref's hand. Jerome Boger, he from Atlanta, he from Conyers, whoever the case may be. Let me tell you. Let me tell you something.
He's from Grady's area.
Yes, he is. So listen, bro.
Wow.
Y'all know Jamani Jones, right?
Yeah.
The TV analysis with the sports, the black guy.
Yeah.
He from Atlanta, Georgia. He talks so bad about the Falcons every chance he gets. He don't even acknowledge us. He said, man, Falcons fans will get mad at the Falcon people, the Atlanta people get mad at me about the little team in Atlanta.
He from Atlanta? He from Atlanta?
Yeah, he's from Atlanta.
Yeah, he's from Atlanta.
Wow, I did not know that. Hey, Dre, appreciate you for getting the trolls out. That's how you know. That's how you handle your duties, Dre. I'm sorry, Jarvis. Go ahead, but
out of here.
I see Folk Valley down there. Folk Valley. But like I said, man, I don't want to hold y'all long. But my thing is, man, we are the sports in Atlanta are the most hated. The Braves were to win a World Series. You hear about it 2 days, and that's it. You don't hear about it no more. No more. Yep. Georgia Bulldogs win the national championship. You don't hear about it no more. They act like they're on the Georgia Bulldogs. They ain't never won a championship.
It's still Alabama championship lose.
It's still Alabama championship. Yeah. Like I said, I don't want to keep blaming it on Ted Turner, but when Ted Turner went after the national media, we forever came the bull's eye target for the media, no matter what sports. So you got to look at the history of where the hate for the Atlanta Falcons come from. The same thing with what you just heard earlier today, Deion Jones being traded to the Cleveland Browns for a 6th or 7th round pick. Okay. You bring in Will Compton. Who is Will Compton? I don't know who Will Compton is.
Talk about the offensive lineman, Will Compton.
No, the linebacker.
The linebacker.
We got a linebacker named Will Compton.
Yes, but he going to the practice squad, so that lets me know they're going to bring up Kwiatkowski, whoever he is, because your boy Michael Walker got hurt with a groin. Also Ogundeji hurt with a shoulder injury. So Atlanta may have something up their sleeve. Don't get me wrong. They taking $11 million of the contract hit in 2023 for Deion Jones. But I can tell you right now that don't be surprised if the Falcons make a trade that you wasn't thinking about. Somebody like another Chicago Bear.
A Chicago Bear like who, Jarvis?
That linebacker, you know who I'm talking about.
A Chicago Bear like who, Jarvis?
like Roquan Smith.
Hey, no. Man, that's so crazy. You twisted towards sideways. He on the side of the screen up there. You see? What in the world, bro?
Hey, you go get that boy like Roquan Smith, man, because let me tell you something right now. They love what they see in Troy Anderson. They love it.
Yeah.
Love it. And if you bring in Mike Evans, or not Mike Evans, but Rashad Evans on running plays, not just running plays, because you can't let the defense get a beat on if you just in for running plays or not. If you bring them in sparingly, you can put them cover linebackers up there, somebody like Troy Anderson and Roquan Smith. That'll cover, because I seen Leonard Fournette kill us for 10 receptions, 83 yards, and I'm looking at the linebacker core, not even linebacker core. I tried to turn my TV, hoping the camera would turn to me, Dean Pease, but it won't turn to see Dean Pease. And I was thinking to myself, I know that y'all seeing Brady just check down 5. Bro, I was like, bro, if I see this one more time, the TV gonna go out the window. And it just kept going, bro. It just, like I said, man, them guys.
Put my glasses back on for this.
Listen.
Oh my God.
You both know, you and I know, those people get paid a lot of money to do what they do. We complain about what they do, but they get paid a lot of money. When we lost the Super Bowl, I stopped getting mad a long time ago. I'm not even lying to you. I stopped getting mad a long time ago because guess what? Regardless if they win or lose, they still get paid.
Facts.
Regardless of they win and lose, they still get paid. We talk about Mariota and how he's putting up just 147 yards today. The touchdown he threw was a smooth touchdown, but just putting those low numbers and not being efficient. Guess what? He signed a 2-year, $18 million deal. And he's still getting paid, regardless. So what I do is I do what y'all do. I just look at the film. I go back and look at the film, and I see the positives. I don't even look at negatives anymore because guess what? I'm not gonna wreck my brain trying to figure out why they keep doing what they doing. They're gonna get paid regardless.
Hello, you ain't never lied. That's what it is, bro.
Talk to me nice.
So they gonna get paid regardless.
Yeah, but well, I got my last thing. I want to say this: if the NFL doesn't look into, you want to talk about Jerome Boger making that bogus call that happened today. What about that call? What about the non-call that Brady kicked Grady 3 times? 3 times. He was Dante Fowler low kicking.
Yeah.
Grady Jarrett. 3 times.
He pulled a Draymond Green.
Yeah. He's a sore, at the end of the day, man, Tom Brady's a sore loser, and he's been that way. And he still feels a certain way because Grady sacked him 3 times in the Super Bowl, and Grady gives him fits every time they play. And if we be honest, bro, if you look at this game, bro, we was hitting Brady later than that one.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't call. So it's like, why you call that one when the game was on the line?
Big Low, Big Low. I don't know about Twisted Torch, but Big Low, I know you used to coach Little League football, right?
Yeah, Little League, middle school, and high school.
So you get that Little League, when you that young, you don't have a filter. When you get to middle school, high school, you start gaining a filter. You start knowing right from wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're gonna get that one youngster who ain't got nothing to lose, who got drafted in the 5th round, making his contract is maybe 3 years, 4 years, $860,000. Not much, right? You're gonna get that guy who gonna just say F it and gonna hit Tom Brady and just say, what you gonna do? Find me 10,000?
Yeah. But the matter is, everybody in the organization gonna pay for it anyway.
Yeah.
It ain't coming out of my pocket.
Yeah.
I finna clean clouds, bro.
I'm about to, like you said the other day, I got a toothpick in my mouth with some tweezers. I'm about to clean this whole cloud.
That's it. I'm gonna clean this cloud.
I Brady 45, and I feel I don't wish no harm on anybody, but people blatantly see you cheating for this man. Somebody's gonna go say, F it. What I got to lose? I'm about to take his head straight off his shoulders. I don't care if he threw the ball 5 seconds ago. I'm a top rope macho man. I'm telling you, do it to him.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes.
I feel like it's messing up football.
It is,
and I feel like it's messing up football.
But they can start losing sponsors. I know you signed that $1 billion contract with Amazon, but if you can't continue that, Amazon be like, man, this ain't what we signed up for.
Nah, because it's taking the intensity out of football. The players are kind of nervous and timid on how they hit the QB at the end of the day. Like, so I don't know what they want us to do. Brady fell on Grady. at the end of the day, he fell on Brady. So I don't know if the fall could have hurt him.
The fact of the matter is, as a defensive lineman, when I finally do get there, I'm not just going to grab him around the waist and just hold on, because he can still throw the ball. So it's like, I'm finna bring him down.
Yeah.
And I'm going to bring him down as quickly and, if I'm thinking about it, as safely as possible, but I'm finna bring him down. So I'm not just going to hold him around the waist and hope he falls down. No, he's coming down with me.
Exactly, Low. But the thing was, if you seen Grady had that look on his face, like
disbelief.
Not even disbelief, like when you got that dude in the club who just keep talking, and you get that, okay, all right, okay. That's the look Grady had on his face. And then the media in Atlanta mad at him because he don't want to do the interview at the end of the game. What do I have to say?
What do I need to talk about? What I need to talk about?
Nothing.
I don't need to talk about nothing. It's the same thing. Arthur Smith was like, I ain't even finna talk about that, because it's like, what is he going to get from that situation? If he says something, he's going to look sore. You know what I'm saying? I mean, no matter what he says. So it's like, yeah, just leave it alone. On to San Francisco.
That week, what is it? Week 15 and week 16, we see him again. I'm gonna tell you something right now. There's not gonna be a pretty game. It's gonna be a lot of it's gonna be real intense. I'm gonna tell you that right now. The hitting that you have not seen Atlanta do just on a sparingly basis, there's gonna be some hitting. And I'm talking about some delayed blitzes, some corner blitzes. You remember how in 2016 or 15 or 16 when we went to Super Bowl, how Poole, the cornerback, was doing Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
That's how Atlanta is going to start blitzing Tom Brady. They don't even care no more. Every hit Tom Brady's going to feel.
Yeah.
Every hit from this point forward. And they don't care if they get fined. They know that they are a hated team.
It's the last game of the season.
It's the last game of the season.
I mean, it's the last game of the season. So it's like, I mean, if it was me, it's like, it's all bets are off. Especially all that talking Tom Brady was doing. Yeah, I mean, and the simple fact that he kicked the man. He attempted to kick the man 3 times.
Three times.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But you know what, man? I want Tramel to get on, man. I want to hear what Tramel say, man. I really appreciate you guys. Like I said, y'all, just stay vigilant, man. Like I said, I don't get mad anymore because I know where we stand on the totem pole as an Atlanta Falcons team. We can win 3 Super Bowls. What? That don't matter. Guess what? The fact of the matter is that we did win 3 Super Bowls. It's about what the other team couldn't do and how they were missing players versus how we won.
You're right. You're right.
Great point there, bro.
So I'm just done. I'm gonna continue to watch Sunday. Even we can get blowed out Sunday. I'm gonna continue to just watch Sunday and see what the positives are, because I know that we are not a likable team.
I mean that's just what it is, bro.
It is.
That's what it is.
Y'all be blessed, man. Y'all take care.
Appreciate you coming on, Coach. Y'all take it easy. Can I get what in the world ball before you go?
We're in the World Bowl. You know it. We're in the World Bowl.
There it is.
Appreciate
all right, man. Y'all take it easy.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Big Low, my girl keep calling. That's why I had to keep getting out, bro. So I'm gonna go ahead.
All right, bro. Well, I appreciate you for coming on, chilling out with us for a minute.
First of all, man, if y'all haven't already, show some love and support the Big Low channel, man. This guy has the facts, the knowledge that the Falcons fans, other fans are going to enjoy and continue to watch, man. So keep pushing Big Low's channel to the higher ups, because he's one of the best, man. I appreciate doing content, brother, and I appreciate watching and listening to your content. You know how I get out.
I appreciate it, bro. Well, tell everybody where they can find you at, bro.
If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, Twisted Torch TV, as well. Hit up my website, Twisted Torch TV, for the merch. Appreciate all you, the supporters of Falcons fans, man. And I want to keep reiterating, other Falcons content creators, make sure y'all do content with other Falcons content creators, man, because we all have different insights and we can help all the fans feel comfortable with listening to Falcons commentator. Because like my boy just said, ESPN ain't talking about us, respectfully. So it's us who got to talk about it.
That's it. That's it, man. You're right. You're
Oh,
right.
let me do a sponsor. What in the world, bro?
There it is.
Appreciate you.
All right, man. Y'all take it easy.
All right.
Shouts out to Twisted Torch, man. Shouts out to Twisted Torch. Look, if you're upset about the way that the game ended today, if you're still happy about the way that this team is looking, make sure that you hit that like button. If you could, I promise you, if you hit that like button for me, I'll dance at your wedding one day. Also, make sure that you share the channel with your friends and family. Please do. Please do. Once again, guys, I tell y'all this Atlanta Falcons team, somebody put in the chat, they said, look, Bo, y'all got to remember that this isn't a finished product. Well, I'm going to tell you something. The simple fact that this team just traded Deion Jones and cleared up $54 million of cap space shows that this is not a finished product. Because if this was a finished product, think about this, guys. And you got a talent in a young man and a young Thundercat like a Deion Jones, guess what? You would keep that if you were a finished product. They want to build the team the way they want to build the team. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Coach Tyler says, I think we should start a petition for Jesse Tuggle to get a gold jacket. Maybe then we can get the Atlanta Falcons on the national radar. You know what, Coach? You might be on to something there. We need to get that man a gold jacket. We do. Brian Peoples, he says, hit that like button. He says, so Coach Low can hit the worm. Wait a minute, what? I don't know if I can hit the worm. I might be able to hit the stick, because that's what it's like whenever I hit the ground. It's a stick. Thank you so much, Coach, for supporting the channel. That's that. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Oh, man. Blanco says, look, we a good quarterback and a pass rush away from a solid team. Well, I mean, think about this, guys. I mean, we're kind of a solid team right now, right? I mean, think about it. Atlanta Falcons are the only team in the NFL, that's beat the spread every week. Think about it. It was one of those situations where they said, hey, the Atlanta Falcons are going to lose by double digits. We came in, we didn't lose by double digits. We came pretty doggone close to winning the game. Once again, I'm going to go back to saying, I completely understand that it's one of those situations where I know that we wouldn't have won the game for sure if we would have sacked Tom Brady. But one thing that we can say is that it would have put us in a whole lot better of a situation if we did. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Mother Mom says, Big Low, you know Arthur Blake saving that cap space to build another hotel. Molly Mall, you need to get that hate out your heart, boy. It's a Molly Mall hater alert. Molly Mall hater alert. Now, look, the fact of the matter is, now, y'all know that Coach Roney, Arthur Blank, that's her guy. Arthur Blank is her guy. Coach Roney said, look, guys, I think that it's one of those cases where some of this blame on the way that this team has been run falls on a Mr. Arthur Blank. And I tend to agree with her. And think about this. What was that? 2019? I believe 2019, 2020. Gearing up for the season. Michael Thomas got paid. Julio Jones says, I need to restructure my deal. Like, wait, what? Why do you need to restructure your deal, Julio? I need to restructure my deal because I feel like I'm outperforming my contract. But just sign your deal like 17 months ago, Julio. You want to restructure it already? Guess what Arthur Blank comes out and does? He says, hey, Julio Jones, he's a Falcon for life. So y'all need to restructure the man's deal. Y'all heard what the man said. Stuff like that right there. Sometimes less is more. It's one of those cases. Sometimes saying less is more. And I feel like some of that falls on Arthur Blank. Right? So, I mean, I'm going to ask y'all what y'all think. Do you feel like Arthur Blank has contributed to part of the struggles that the Atlanta Falcons have had to deal with, over the years? Because I'm looking now, and basically what I'm looking at is that all of the guys who were in the top 4 for our salary cap hit 2 years ago, they're on other teams and they're looking kind of shaky. I mean, let's be completely honest. Who Matt Ryan was making $50 million a year. He goes to another team, he's looking kind of shaky. That was the worst Thursday night football game in NFL history, if we can't agree. Julio Jones, he went to the Tennessee Titans. Everybody touted Tennessee to be the future Super Bowl champions. They didn't do nothing. Julio Jones didn't do nothing. He goes to Tampa Bay. He hardly ever plays. Both of these were Arthur Blank guys. Y'all remember the famous picture on the jet Deion Jones took with Julio Jones after both of them just got paid? Deion Jones ain't here no more. He was getting broke off $20 million a year. He showed up wasn't worth it last year. So is it one of those situations where we can say that all of these guys who are Arthur Blank guys, just aren't like, we promised too much. We committed to too much. That's all I'm saying. Tyler Russell says, I wonder if some of it is because of Rich McKay. Well, I'd have to agree. Rich McKay signed off on some of these moves. We can put some of it on Rich McKay too. Coach D. Coleman says, I blame Blank for letting Dimitrov drive the car by himself when he only had a permit. He only had a permit. Good or well, you don't supposed to be letting that youngster drive that car by himself. Yeah, and he drive by himself. He get to the roundabout. He don't know what to do. Oh man. 90s Babies tribute band said, kind of shaky. Yo, Julio was kind of shaky in Tennessee. You know that. Everybody was like, oh man, Tennessee Titans, they just gonna light the world on fire. Like we knew what Derrick Henry was in Tennessee. We knew what AJ Brown was in Tennessee, but we didn't know what Julio Jones was in Tennessee. And that came back to, to get you. Ghost Pepper says the 2016 draft class is gone. Keanu Neal, Debo, Campbell, Tevin Coleman, like all of those boys, they all gone. They all on other teams, and it's crazy because my favorite one out of all of them was Devondre Campbell. I think he was like the 3rd, 4th round pick. He's the one that's doing the best now out there in Green Bay. But I mean, who knows? It might be one of those situations where Deion Jones goes out there to Cleveland and he's thriving. You legit never know. But it's one of those cases where moving forward, we wish him the best. Now, if y'all wish him the best as well, you know how y'all could express that? Hit that like button. If y'all wish Deion Jones the best, and you still upset about this team, the squad that we had 2016 through, let's say 2018. We had one of the best rosters in the NFL. Hit that like button. You still disappointed about it. Morgan came and said, "Man, we was robbed." It was tough. It was tough. Coach Wallace says, "Coach Low, I don't think we have these bad contracts if we didn't have the COVID year that dropped the salary cap to start all of this." I mean, yeah, you're right. Like COVID affected the Atlanta Falcons more than it affected anybody else in the NFL. But you know why though, right? It's because if anybody's taking accounting classes, we had too many liabilities. we had too many liabilities, and whenever an unforeseen occurrence presented itself, You know, we stuck outside naked. We locked ourselves out the house naked. That's how we was looking. You know, instead of Molly Mall who goes outside naked on purpose, we went outside naked on accident and locked ourselves out the house. That's a good way to explain it. Retro G said, I've been hit that like button. The Debo could dip though. but Debo could dip. Ghost Pepper says, real talk, clean Debo's contract was worth more than him playing. And yes, I completely agree. Because the first 5 games, it's like I'm sitting here looking, and I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. And you know, I know it's sacrilegious to talk about the guys who we used to have on the team, but I'm looking at these first 5 games, and I'm like, I mean, we don't really need Deion Jones that bad. Like, we're good to go. Like, you know, so if look, we had a chance, we traded him away. Shouts out to Terry Fontenot. Because Coach Roney said something earlier today to the effect of like, look, Terry Fontenot, he's coming in, he's making a lot of changes, but the way that he's doing things, the way that he's cleaning up this salary cap situation, I mean, in a sense, he literally has turned it from the worst. It's going to be the best all in 1 year. You got Matt Ryan's contract off the books, Julio Jones' contract off the books, Deion Jones's contract off the books. Wow, you brought in some good talent. These rookies that have been playing immediately. They've been stepping in and playing immediately. They filled all of those spots. Drake London, oh, okay. Julio Jones, Drake London's filling your spot. Deion Jones, okay. Troy Anderson's going to fill your spot. Matt Ryan, Desmond Ridder is eventually going to fill your spot. If not, I mean, you know, it might be Lamar Jackson. You never know. You never know. You know, it's one of those things. It's like if you look back, think about this in the 2021 season. If you would have looked back and you would have said, "Oh, okay," at the end of the season, Tom Brady retired. Who would have thought everything would have failed the way that it felt? Who would have thought Deshaun Watson would have been playing for the Cleveland Browns? Nobody would have thought that. Who would have thought Jimmy Garoppolo would have been released? Well, he wasn't released. Was he released? I think he was released. Who would have thought Jimmy Garoppolo would have been released and then picked back up by the San Francisco 49ers? Who would have thought Tua would have came in and performed the way that he would have been performing? It's one of those things. Coach Roney says, I was not yelling today, Tyler. I told y'all last night that this team wasn't going to pull out the upset. And Mariota wasn't throwing 3 touchdowns. I forgot about the whole 3 touchdown conversation. Mariota, look, I said I said that he was capable of throwing 3 touchdowns, and he didn't do it. He didn't do it. I wanted it to happen, but he didn't do it. Coach Wallace says, Coach Lowe, I think they put Deion on IR so they could keep him out of harm's way to trade him before the trade deadline. I mean, you know, I think that was a smart move. I think that was a good business decision, you know, but shouts out to Jarvis Williams for coming in and, you know, shedding some light on some of the reasons why the Atlanta Falcons are treated the way that they're treated. Maybe that's why they threw the flag. We're not the popular kid in school right now. We're sitting at the lunch table in the lunchroom by ourselves. Everybody wants to sit at Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers table. Nobody wants to sit with us. So it's just one of those things, you know. Tyler says, Big Low Kuntry Sports, he is capable. He just doesn't throw touchdowns.
Anybody's capable. That doesn't mean they need to be the Atlanta Falcons quarterback.
Oh, wow, Coach Roddy. Wow. Oh, man. Zuaval says, I see why they didn't want to call it a rebuild. They turned over half the soft roster this season and locking legit is F. Trust the process.
Legit is F.
Oh, okay. I can see. Looking legit. Said trust the process. Dirty Bird Nation. We ready. You already know, Bo. You already know. But in this game right here, like I was saying, guys, when we talked about it last night on the prep rally, I told y'all the biggest thing that we have to do, we're good, but we have to get better. And that was at throwing the ball. And I mean, let's be honest, at the play calling, because did anybody else notice that we came out unnecessarily aggressive in this game? We threw the ball on first down a lot in the first half. We changed that in the second half, and that's whenever we started being successful in sustaining long drives. A-Love talk about Deion Jones. A-Love says, Debo will be on IR by the end of the season. Watch me. No, let's hope not. I hope that the young man stays healthy. You know, he's a professional athlete. I want him to get his money. Oh, man. But yeah, I honestly think that it's one of those situations. Wait a minute. My mom says, I have a secret how to solve y'all problems. Ridder. Now, you know, that's sad. That's sad whenever the rival team. That's sad whenever a fan of the rival team comes on and say, hey, this is what y'all need to do. Why aren't you doing it? That's sad. It shouldn't be like that. But unfortunately, that's where we are. That's where we are. Tyler Russell says Ridder may or may not be better. We just don't know. And I think that's the whole issue, coaches. I think it's one of those cases where, we're looking at the situation and we're saying, hey, we don't know legit if it's one of those cases where Desmond Ridder's better. Everybody's saying he's not. Well, not everybody. A lot of people are saying Desmond Ridder's just not ready. But when is he going to be ready? You got to try to see what you're looking like first to be ready, right? I mean, some people learn things by doing. My whole thing, guys, if we look at this, I mean, and I'm not bashing Marcus Mariota. I'm just being completely honest and transparent with the coaching staff. This is a moment of honesty. If Desmond Ridder watches, think about this. If Desmond Ridder watches Marcus Mariota play the way that he's playing, what is he going to learn? What is he going to learn? Think about this. Unless he's legitimately looking and saying, hey, whatever he's doing, I'm going to do the opposite of. What is Desmond Ridder legit going to learn in that situation? I mean, I'm just saying. It's like you might as well try it out and see. Everybody said, hey, he's a third round pick for a reason. My whole point is that yes, he's a third round pick, but if you try him and he doesn't work, he's a third round pick.
What round did Tom Brady go in?
Sixth.
What round did Aaron Rodgers go in?
Second.
Oh, okay.
Hello. It's like everybody says, oh, he's a third round pick. Like, I don't care. If he could play ball, he could play ball. Guess who won the game today for New England? Coach Roney brought it to my attention. Bailey Zappi, the guy I was talking about all draft. I'm like, hey, this could be your quarterback. Bailey Zappi. He won the game, and he was, what, a 6th round pick as well? So, yeah. So, I mean, it's one of those situations. The Autobot says, what is Ridder going to do on the field? Marcus Mariota has not played bad enough to be benched.
Well, one thing, protect the ball.
Exactly.
That'll be a major step up.
Exactly. He can actually go through his progressions. Got to remember, in Marcus Mariota's formative years, Marcus Mariota played in a spread offense, 1 to 2 read spread offense. Desmond Ridder legit ran a pro-style offense. I know people are saying that, like, hey, coach, you might be getting a little bit impatient, but the thing is that do you want to be okay or do you want to be great? That's at the end of the day, that's the question. I mean, At the end of the day, that's the question. Do you want to be okay or do you want to be great? Like, I want to be playing in games in January. I want to be playing games in late January. I don't want to be one of those situations January 1st, last game and being like, oh, man, oh, okay, all right, we'll see y'all next year. Man, we're really going to rebuild. Like, no, I want to be, all right, let's try to make this playoff. I mean, and that's just me. Now, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Dirty Bird says, can the church say amen? Can the church say hello? But yeah, I mean, look, it's just one of those things. Nuka ATL says Tyler Algier is a 5th round pick too. Hello, and he ran the ball pretty doggone good today. There's a lot of players that are taken late in the draft that whenever they come in, they legit show up and show out, because once again, guys, sometimes it's all about the situation that you get put in. Chosen One says, see, this is why we need Jimmy Falco, because he has heart. You talking about Jimmy Falco from what's the movie, The Replacements?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Lynn T says, I think Arthur Smith need more blame than Marcus Mariota. I mean, I don't know. At the end of the day, Arthur Smith isn't the reason why Marcus Mariota is dropping snaps. Like that's not on Arthur Smith. That's on Marcus Mariota and his nerves and his feelings and his emotions. At the end of the day, Coach Ghost Pepper says, Coach Lowe, before Terry Fontenot's arrival, Thomas Dimitrov had the Falcons so cut poor they saw a roach pull a switchblade knife on a rat and took his cheese. That's rough, boy. He took a switchblade knife and took the man's cheese. No, he did. But yeah, it was hard times in Atlanta. Y'all remember? It was hopeless, like a penny with a hole in it. At least we can have things now. It's like me and Coach Rudder, we went through some hard times, boy. We went through some hard times. Coach Rudder, you remember what it was like when we could be like, oh, we could go to McDonald's without talking to each other first. You remember? That's where we was at. We were like, hey, I was like, hey, I want a McChicken sandwich. Like, oh, let me call Coach Ronnie. Collecting change. Yeah. I was like, all right, hey,
Spending money.
exactly. Like, hey, I need I want to get a McChicken sandwich and a large fry. Is that gonna work, or are we? I mean, that's where we were, you know. But now it's one of those situations where, you know, I could go to McDonald's. I can get 2 fries if I want to. Lord. And I ain't got to call Coach Ronnie. I just come in the house with the bag. I'm like, yeah, girl, this is what it is right here. You want some fries? That's how the Falcons were. The Falcons were like, hey, man, you know, it's just hard time. You know, we hoping Matt Ryan win this game for us. 90s Baby says, you're right, Coach. It's the center's fault, big guy. Okay, Coach. We got to turn for folks like your 90s Baby tribute band. You get naked. You get naked for Marcus Mariota. You get naked, man. You get naked. But yeah. And see, and the thing is, guys, shouts out to Twisted Torch, because, you know, he mentioned like other Falcons content creators. It's like the thing is that the problem that we have is that I seen Falcons content creators literally get mad at the fact that other people are saying that it might be Ridder time. It's like, why would you get mad at another person's opinion? Why would you get mad at another person's opinion? They're like, oh man, if all the people who say, oh, we need to go with Desmond Ridder, you know what? Y'all are dumb. Such and such and such. It's like, come on, bro. It's like, come on. Because those same people said, "Oh, there's no way we're finna get rid of Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan is part of the long-term plan. He's gonna retire Falcon." Matt Ryan looking good in that blue and white. They'll say people, "Oh man, Julio Jones ain't never gonna leave the Atlanta Falcons. Never that. He's gonna be a Falcon forever." That's what Arthur Blank said. Julio Jones, he looked good in that blue and white. Now he rocking a different kind of red and white now. Same Falcons fans. Man, Deion Jones, that's the linebacker that you need. They ain't never traded Deion Jones. Here we are, October 10th, 2022. Deion Jones, he gonna be looking good at that orange and brown. So it's one of those situations, man. Like we legit, we can't get mad at each other. We can't get mad at each other for, having opinions. At the end of the day, that's a beautiful thing about sports. That's the most beautiful thing about sports. Somebody commented on a video that I put out today, my reaction to the game. Do y'all know what they said to me? They said, "Hey, Coach Low, it's dumb that you would even suggest that we should go with Kyle Ridder. It's dumb that you would suggest that we should even go with Desmond Ridder. Your content is trash." I was like, what in the world? That escalated quickly. So, you know what I told him? I said, well, Bo, that's the most, I would tell you, I was like, Bo, that's the most beautiful thing about sports. I understand that you always say, I understand that you say that my content is trash, but you know what? You are more than free to create your own content and make some very informative and entertaining content yourself. Never got a response. Because it's one of those things. It's like sometimes people just get in their feelings. Sometimes people just get their feelings. And, it just be like that sometimes. Tyler Russell says, I like this passionate group of people. Nice Baby says, wow. Says, I be having fun, big guy. Not say, oh, yeah, I know, Nice Baby. I just hope that you don't get too mad at me whenever I come and sing that escape. That kick off your shoes and relax your feet. I come down there singing that weak in the knees. That SWV. Oh, man. Man, Coach Ron, it's Monday morning. Oh, man, I didn't realize it was 12:15. I was having such a good time just sitting and talking about football. See, once again, after a devastating loss, y'all helped me to feel better. We feel like we got cheated. We got cheated. We had no situation where we felt like we got cheated. We got cheated. Excuse me. Moving forward, it's one of those situations where we just got to move on. It's on to San Francisco. Shouts out to my homeboy Jay in the Bay. I make sure y'all check him out. And I'm going to tell y'all something. If we miss the playoffs by one game, it's going to be crazy. That's all I'm going to tell you, bro. If we miss the playoffs by one game, it's going down like there's a whale in the boat. Oh, man. To evolve, he says, dang, folks have lost the ability to agree and disagree. It's just an opinion. Don't take it personal. Yeah, exactly, man. Ain't no need taking that thing personal. Ain't no need taking that thing personal, bro. But yeah, man. Yeah. So yeah, we've been on here for almost 2 hours. But once again, thank y'all for helping old country boy make it through this loss. I think this loss made me more upset. I went through more emotions than I did when we lost against the Saints. I seriously think that. But thank y'all for helping us through this loss. Y'all make sure, if you haven't yet, make sure that you hit the like button. Make sure that you hit the like button. Share the channel with your friends and family. Tell them there's old country boy, former football coach, is talking about sports. And it's one of those situations where, look, we need to, we need to get this content out to the masses. So tell them, hey, Big Low Kuntry on YouTube. And they say, oh, man, you know what? I ain't got YouTube. I say, oh, that's no problem. Big Low Kuntry, he's on Instagram. Like, oh, I ain't got Instagram. That's no problem. Big Low Kuntry is on Twitter. And he's on Facebook, too. And if you need him to send smoke signals, he got you. But look, man, y'all stay safe. I hope y'all have a happy, healthy, and productive work week. In the meantime, y'all take it easy. We'll be chopping it up with y'all pretty soon to talk about these San Francisco 49ers. And you already know what time it is, man. Rise up. 8 times. Wait a minute. I'm talking about cry up instead of rise up. Okay, volleyball. Why is volleyball such a hater? Oh, man. I already know what time it is, man. We ready.